Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back with today's Timeless Tarot. Today is Monday, July the 20th of 2025, and we are looking to manifest our highest timeline, so we are going to ask Spirit to guide us as we draw 8 cards from the feminine deck, 8 cards from the masculine deck, so that we can get a better understanding of how exactly to manifest our highest timelines in accordance with Spirit's will. I'm going to give a couple quick shuffles here to the feminine deck so that we can see what the current energies are and just make sure everything is placed exactly where it is meant to be. All right, starting at the base. We have the Seven of Swords in the reverse. In the sacral, we have the Devil in the reverse. In the solar plexus, we have the Fool in the reverse, or standing tall, not in the reverse. In the heart position, we have the Eight of Pentacles. In the throat, we have the Moon. In the third eye, we are looking at the Ten of Cups. And in the crown, we are looking at the King of Swords. And then rounding out our message from the feminine, we have the King of Cups. That is quite a spread. I cannot wait to see what our clarifiers are going to be. Right now, we're going to get a couple of quick shuffles with the masculine deck so that we can see what actions we can take with the current situation. The feminine represents what already is, right? What is being generated or gestated. And the masculine is what can be changed and the actions that we need to take in order to make those changes occur. Starting with the crown, we are looking at the Knight of Cups. Into the third eye, we are looking at the Seven of Swords in reverse again. In the third eye, we are looking at the Empress. In the heart, we have the Tower. In the solar plexus, we have the Page of Pentacles. In the sacral, we have Judgment in reverse. And then in the base, we've got the World. And then rounding out with our message from the divine, we have the Nine of Swords. All right, let's dive in and see what we're looking at. We begin in the base because that is base existence. It is your life, it is your home life, your work life, all of the things in the mortal plane that you use to live, right? It is your food, it is your home, it is your life at home and work. And so it also governs love and wrath. So this can be an area of that particular interest, right? Maybe you aren't getting the love returned to you and you're a little bit wrathful about something, or you're not discerning about what you need to not be giving too much love to. And in the base position, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords, when he is standing upright, is about finding a new situation, right? Finding a new way to accomplish your goal. This is the 7, which means that it is a harvest card, but this particular 7 is duplicity, right? Swords is about intellect, ideas, soul, and air. And so there is an idea, right? He has come up with a new idea to defeat his enemies. He's not going into combat. He's stealing their ability to wage war. You see the sword behind him represents him. He's leaving the city of his enemies, and he's got all of their weapons with him. They can't fight if they don't have weapons. Right? Now, this is a progress in finding a different way around something, right? And you are not doing that now. This can be resistance upon your part. You may not particularly care for the way around, right? Or you don't see it, right? There can be something that you are missing in the perception of this. This is a base existence card, so this is what you need to do in order to manifest what you want, right? Now, when it's like this, you need to find an alternative way around. When it's like this, you kind of have to do it the way that it's supposed to be, right? You are fighting, you are getting to the completion, there is a harvest coming, but you're not finding a new way around that harvest. You're walking into it right away, right? This is find a new way around. This has got to be not. And the actions that you can take is one of those somewhat vague action cards, right? The world is the completion of all things. So if you take the action, this is what you will get. It's kind of hard to put into action the world, right? But this is the result that you will get if you put into action taking these steps. Next up, we're going to be looking at the sacral. Now, the sacral is lust and chastity, right? So you may be feeling a little bit a certain way towards a certain person, or you may not have any inclinations whatsoever in that direction. Neither of those are necessarily good, but not necessarily bad either. But this is also about what you want to generate in your life. It is about your goals on the physical plane. You see the goals up here on the spiritual plane, you put them into action here on the physical plane. For you, this is the devil. Now, the devil standing tall is about resisting temptation. This is about understanding, right? This is a 15, and 15 is going to be realizing there is a new choice. There is a higher path. This is the beginning of the third path, right? The first path is pentacles. The second path is cups. The third path is ideas and swords. This is the swords. You are beginning the third path, the swords path. You have an idea, right? Now, this is resisting temptation. This is also being tempted. You may be tempted to do something that is not necessarily in your best interest. It can be you trying to find a different way around this situation that you need to face head on. Because if you face it head on, then you get the world. If you try to go around it, then you're not going to get the world. This is about resisting the temptations. Maybe you need to give in to the temptation to go forward. This is about your sexual areas too. So maybe there is someone who is keeping you from these goals, right? This is sexual temptation for sure when you're talking about in the sexual area, but it is also the things you want to bring into your life. So in order to do so, there is something that you don't have to resist the temptation of. And this may seem like a path that is a little bit wrong, but it's not if you're using your judgment, right? Now, this is the action you can take to bring about the thing that you want. For this to not resist this temptation is not placing too much value on the judgment. Now, judgment is about balance. It's about walking between the two paths, and if you are not balanced, you're not doing the correct judgment, you're resisting the wrong temptations, you're trying to find a way around the situation that you don't need to. You need to just accept, right? Now, this is never to say that you do not have free will. You can freely choose either direction, but these two cards together in the reverse is telling me that there is a temptation, right? Both of these can represent temptation. In the upright, they are both overcoming the temptation. Realizing that there's a higher path means that you're stepping out on that higher path. But when they're in the reverse, that means that there is something that you are resisting that maybe you don't need to. Maybe there is something that is actually meant for you that you don't realize that it is, that you are looking at it as though it is a hindrance, that it is holding you back. And it's absolutely not, because your current situation in the solar plexus, now the solar plexus is gluttony and temperance, so you may be over-consuming or under-consuming something, but it is also about feeding these desires, right? You have a desire. This is your base existence to feed. Your desire is how you get that, right? This is your work life. This is more about the satisfaction in the work life. This is more about the spiritual side of the work life. This is real close to the heart, so it's the last step on the mortal plane, right? The heart ties together the as below and the as above. And so this is the last step on the mortal plane. So it is about alignment, right? And you've got the Fool, which means that you're on a journey. Now, the Fool is not necessarily an unguided pathway, right? This is having the understanding that you have things to learn, that there is a new path that you need to be on, right? The zero, which is the Fool, the only zero in the deck, this is you, right? This is the Fool taking the path. This card ties into all of the threes, right? All of the 7 steps, right? You got 1 through 7, 8 through 14, and then 15 through 21, or the 3 steps. The Fool ties into all of them. It is 0 through 7. It is 0 plus 8 through 15 or through 14. So this is the path. This is you need to be on this path. If you want to accomplish these things, the thing that you need to do is to have the Fool's mindset. The Fool is about learning. The Fool is about taking in information, about new experiences, about getting outside of your comfort zone, which maybe this, right? You're wanting to find a different way that you don't need to because it's taking you out of your comfort zone. This is about getting out of your comfort zone. He has a stick. Well, I'm going the wrong way twice, 3 times. Okay, I'm going to quit trying. Anyway, he's got a stick with his bag. All of his stuff is packed in this pouch on the end of the stick. He's got a dog at his feet, warning him about this danger in front of him. He's got everything that he needs in order to set out on the trip. You need to set out on the trip, and that is reinforced by the action that we can take because we have the Page of Pentacles. Pentacles is about the body, that is the work life, that is the home life, in the same way that the base is, right? The existence. This is you earning things. This is your understanding of the world, right? This body, whereas cups is body, spirit, the emotional stuff. This is all about your home, your job. All of that is tied intricately into the earth. And the page is about understanding, right? You're setting out on this path. You're not resisting these temptations that you're looking at in the wrong way. This is about understanding that, right? You are taking your time on this path to understand that you do have to make progress, right? This is the second part of the path. The Fool is on the walk, but there is something about this that you need to pause and understand, and that is reiterated by these upside down cards here, telling you don't resist this temptation. You're misunderstanding it. You don't need to find a new way around it. You need to embrace it. Learn about it. That's going to bring us into the heart. Now, the heart is greed and charity. So you may be holding on to your earthly possessions too much. You may be giving away too many of your earthly possessions. It's also where we tie together the as below Trinity and the as above Trinity. And when we feed these two sections through this section into this section, that's where manifestation happens. So in order to manifest your best life, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Now, the Eight of Pentacles is about the new path, right? You have harvested from the old path with the 7. Now you have a new path. Where do I put all of this stuff I just got from the old path, right? This is hard work and diligence. This is him working, right? We have these he has already completed. We have one he is working on and one that he is about to start working on. This is hard work and diligence. This is, you need to work hard. Understand what you're doing. Get on the path. Don't resist this temptation. Don't try to find a new way around it. And work hard. Now, you are currently working hard. It is leading to the action that is about to happen is the Tower. Now, we got the Tower yesterday. This is a sudden change. This is, things are about to be different, whether you really want them to or not. Now, if you are embracing your path and you're doing it correctly, then this is a positive change. If you are not embracing your path and you're resisting what you're supposed to be doing, and you know what you're supposed to be doing, if you are resisting it, this is going to happen to you anyway, but it'll be a negative one. So if you want the positive results from this, you need to embrace it. You need to walk into it. You need to take it for your own. You need to say, I am going to work myself to death. Not to death, literally, but you know what I mean, right? You are stepping out on this path. You are taking the time to understand. You're not resisting these temptations. You're not seeking the new way. You're going through. You're pushing through to get what you want. And it is coming. The Tower is saying, it's coming. Next up, we've got the throat. The throat is the area of communication. It is also the area of pride and humility. You may be taking a little bit too much pride in your work. You may not be taking enough pride, right? Life is about the balance. Now, this has you on the pathway, right? The moon is the pathway. We have the two towers, Joachim and Boaz, underneath the sun and the moon. And then we have down here the wild and the domesticated animals. There is a path that runs directly between the animals and the towers. And on that path is this little guy down here. It's a crawfish. He is armored. He is taking his time. He is being protected, but he is coming out of his comfort zone. He is leaving the water, walking through the dry path to find what his destiny may be. This is communication. So you have this change coming. This is change. Right now, this is a... Put my glasses back on. This is a 18 card, so 18 is going to be about understanding. Once again, you're going to need to communicate the understanding, right? That's what the communication area is about. Or take some pride in your work. You are on this path. It is supposed to be your path, right? You're supposed to be working diligently towards it, embracing it. Do so, right? Embrace the change. Communicate it, right? That is the key to this whole thing, is you need to communicate the things in order to do the things. That's going to bring us to our action. We've got the Empress. The Empress is a 3 card. 3 is about learning, right? So you're understanding something, but there's still something to learn when it's standing upright. But maybe you've already got what the knowledge you need. Maybe you are just a little reticent to step out. You're not quite ready, or you are ready, but your mind's not quite ready. You have the idea. You have what you want to put into place, and you even know how to do it, but it's not coming together as quickly as you think that it should, or the pieces aren't falling in the direct way that you want them to. That doesn't really matter, right? Timing, divine timing, is an absolute thing. And in order to do that, right, there is something here that you don't have to learn, right? You already understand it. You already have an understanding. You're just resisting that. Right? You're resisting communicating so someone else can learn about this. That's what this is, right? Because we have the moon here, which is signifying that you are going through the change, that you are already doing this. There's something about this that you're not communicating. You're not telling someone else about. So tell them about it. Let them learn about it too. Next up, we have the third eye. Now, the third eye, this is the things that you want, right, in the bottom. Up here on the top, it's how you come up with that. It's your idea for that. You have the idea for generational wealth. This is the 10 of Cups. Now, this is not generational wealth in the physical sense, right? That would be Pentacles. This is generational understanding. This is generational health. This is generational emotional maturity, right? The Cups are all about emotions. They're about relationships, partnerships, things along that nature. The third eye, which is this particular area, is sloth and diligence. So you're either working really, really hard, or you're not working at all, or you should be finding the balance. You should have a work life. You should have a play life. And this is, you're not quite there yet, right? If it's standing tall, then you have manifested this already. You have already brought about the emotional maturity. You've already brought about the generational emotional maturity. But you're not quite there yet, right? There is still something about this that you need to work on. If it was like this, you're probably being diligent towards it. Since it's like this, you're really not. There is something you're resisting about it, right? So let's see what action you can take. What do we have? What do we have? We got the 7 of Swords in reverse. This is a second reiteration that maybe you don't need to find that new way around it, right? This is about your vision for the future. This is about how you envision bringing this about. And you don't need to find the way around it. Right? You are trying to find the way around it. You don't need to. Right? We have that iterated here, and we have it iterated here. You are looking for a different way around the situation, dealing with the idea, and you don't have to. If you embrace it, you're going to be better off. That's going to bring us into the Crown. Now, the Crown is the area of hope and despair. Whether you have hope beyond hope for no good reason, or you're despairing, which is really close to depression for no good reason. You're supposed to be in the balance between those. This is also how you interpret what the divine wants for you. And what do we have? The King of Swords, right? You interpret that the divine wants you to have mastery of the idea. And you are probably correct, judging by the rest of these cards, right? You have this path, you're resisting that you shouldn't be. Right? This is telling you that. This is saying, hey, you have the idea. You have it. Hope for it. Put it into action. Start working diligently towards it. Embrace the change. Walk the path that is laid before you, and don't try and find another way around it. If you do so, this is the result. This is what you will get from it, right? At least your interpretation of it. This is mastery as a king. It is the completion of the path, the harvest of all of the good things of the idea, and the steps that you can take walking forward with that. The Knight of Cups. This is about a partnership, whether that is a romantic relationship or whether that is a business partnership, right? This is emotions and partnerships. That's what the cups symbolize. Now, he is making progress forward. He is moving in the right direction to be forward, but he's not running. He's taking his time. He's got the cup in front of him. That means he's contemplating it. And so he is contemplating these emotions so that he can do the things that he needs to do to rise to meet the challenge. Nights are about challenges. This is a reiteration of the 5. There is change, there is challenge. There is change, and it's challenging. It's coming. You need to be ready for it. Embrace that change. Walk into the change. Contemplate it, understand it, but then walk into it. And finally, rounding out our message, right, from the Divine Feminine, we have the King of Cups. Again, a mastery card, right? We have the mastery here. We have a mastery here. Where was it? We have a mastery here, right? This is about that, right? This is, the Kings are about completion. It's about harvest. Cups are body, spirit. This is emotional. This is partnership. If you do the things said here, you will have the mastery of the partnership. This is current situation, not future situation. So if you are embracing this, you're already manifesting this. And then finally, what actions can we take from the divine? This is the PTSD card. This is about regrets, right? This is the 9 of Swords. Yeah, the 9 of Swords. We have 8 swords right here. These are his past enemies that he has already defeated. This is the new path and choosing to walk it, right? He's tired of killing people. He wants a new idea. He wants something to change the situation. I don't want to fight anymore. All of these swords on the wall are people that he has defeated, and he's not happy about it. Now, PTSD most often is not necessarily the thing that happened to you, but the response that you have to that thing, right? What it made me do to be in this situation is what causes PTSD most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time. And so this is about really thinking about that, contemplating that, taking the action here. This is an idea card. It is swords. It is making the choice to walk that path without these regrets, right? Now, there are things to regret in the path. You will lose things, right? You're trying to find a way around it because you're going to lose something. And you know that. You know that you're going to lose something, but when you do, you're going to gain the world. This change that's coming is going to be the world if you embrace your path. If you don't try to find a way around it, if you're not trying to find a way around it, and instead embrace it and understand it, embrace it and understand it, then you will get it. Hopefully, I brought a little bit of enlightenment and not too much confusion. If you like what I'm doing here, let me know down below. Give me a like, a share, a follow, throw me a comment if you agree or disagree with anything that was stated. Put it in the box down below, and if it remains respectful, it gets to remain up. If you are a reader and you have a different interpretation, you are more than welcome to drop that in the box as well. If you really like what I'm doing over here, hit me with that super thanks. Consider joining for a membership or picking up a copy of my book where I teach you to manifest responsibly. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. God loves you. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just the way that you are. And this has been Pit Steak. Peace.